Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back with another From the Depths video, this time continuing the campaign with this, what is the Atlas retrofit, which I will scrap because it's not a very good build. But yeah, I finally made a return to the campaign for the first time in a while. Now there's a material box, and I'm gonna go to this small fleet. Play these people. I'm gonna spawn in one of my boats. Haven't quite figured out which one yet, although I haven't played this game in a while, so no, not campaign vehicle. I assume I'm just gonna load one of the ones I built recently, which is going to be maybe one of these cruisers. Never mind, they're too expensive. Then it's gonna be, never mind, that's too expensive. Oh yes, this, the Unanimous, and I can afford exactly one, which is great. I don't know why these guys aren't healing. Maybe they don't have healing. I'm not sure.
Receiving. Receiving.
Maybe they just don't have healing. Well, that's not great. Let me just quickly add some healing and I'll be back when this craft is fully constructed. Right, well, just as this ship is getting up to a decent amount of health, we are under attack by a scrapper, which isn't a very menacing force.
Moving now.
So I'm going to leave this ship here because it's not fully built.
Moving now.
And I'm just going to bring out this single fleet, and then we're going to salvage these 100k materials from the demolished Atlas, which I probably should have done earlier, but I forgot that there was that much materials. I thought it was like maybe 50. Anyway, I'm going to begin this battle, as you can see.
Receiving.
And yeah, I don't even know if there's a point positioning these fleets, because it's kind of going to be a very easy battle. I mean, it should be a one-shot, one-hit kill. Like, realistically, as soon as the cram cannons hit, this thing's dead. Well, that's if they hit, obviously. Yep, and that's pretty much the battle over. Well, that was probably the the easiest fight of my life. I mean, I don't get why they're sending such weak enemies, but
Receiving.
sure. Let me just grab the fleet.
Receiving.
They're gonna go
Moving
up
now.
here
Moving now.
and then go back down here
Moving
to
now.
heal this guy. Didn't mean to do that. And what's this coming? A patchwork. I don't believe that they're scary either. And there's an Atlas. Okay, well these guys are full, so I'm just gonna let them come back to here.
Moving now.
And you know what? While I'm at it, I'm gonna duplicate this so then they can both heal, and then I'll join forces with these two fleets, and hopefully that'll be hopefully that'll work out.
Receiving. Moving now. Receiving. Moving now. Moving now. Receiving.
Now
Receiving.
let me combine these So now this is one big fleet,
Receiving.
and I'm going to move them to
Moving
intercept the Atlas
Moving
and
now.
the Patchwork. And hopefully by the time I'm done with that, this satellite would have captured this base, and we'll be able to see a bit further. And hopefully this base will be all the way up here. Yep, I want to see this. And then back at home I have 36,000 materials, which I could probably use to spawn another vessel. Now, the Atlas is attacking us and the Patchwork's staying here. But to be honest, I kind of want to fight both of them. And I think there's enough volume so I can fight
Receiving.
all of them. Now,
Receiving.
I'm gonna put this vessel and
Receiving. Receiving.
this vessel on the Atlas,
Receiving.
then the Constantine on the Patchwork,
Receiving.
and the two
Receiving.
new builds over here. So hopefully this should work out well, because I've positioned the more advanced cannon anti-air type vessels on the Atlas, so hopefully they can deal with that. And my ships are all firing and working, unlike a couple times in the past. Now, is the Atlas is already falling, which is unfortunate for them. And yeah, I kind of hope the AI sends something more challenging against me, because these Atlases, they're just kind of easy to take out. And my boat's flipped. Why is this? Oh, it's got no materials, so it can't keep up its... Right. Well, I should probably keep this on high materials then.
Receiving.
That was, that's not ideal, okay. Now the PIDs are actually working, since there's actually some materials, so now the ships aren't flipped upside down, which is nice. But yeah, these ships, I actually really like them. I think they're very good. And have they okay, they've pretty much taken out the Atlas, so I'm just gonna ignore that for now. Now where's the Patchwork? It seems to be, well, not really, it's not really running away, it's just sitting still. Although it's firing harpoons. And the Atlas is 2 damaged, so that's gonna disappear in just a second, hopefully. 5 seconds. So now we can concentrate all fire on the Patchwork. Just gonna
Engaging now.
target all. And those cram cannons somehow missed, even though they were really close. I really need to optimize these ships, especially the 2 frigates, because they do not do well with aiming. And this one's getting pulled in, which actually will probably be good, because it might actually hit some shots, especially since this thing probably won't do any damage. Although it's pretty much been taken out anyway, so any attempts of it resisting are futile. Again, I probably could have only sent in 3 ships instead of all 5. But then again, I have the firepower, so I might as well use it, you know? Because it could have come in handy. So yeah, this Patchwork is it's not gonna survive much longer. Hopefully it doesn't do any more damage to my ships, although it doesn't look like it, as I think something just got knocked off because the weapon's turned off. Oh no, is this an advanced cannon mortar? That's actually kind of cool. I've never seen that before. but it probably won't do much damage. It's quite a small shell and it doesn't hit. And my fuel access has been exhausted. Well, that's no good. Too bad this thing's too damaged. Battle finished. Well, that was a major success from this battle. I can now repair my fleet. Bring them in to finish gathering these resources.
Receiving.
They've got that now, so I'm just going to bring them in to capture this tile. And after that, I think I'll go further into this river, I guess. Okay, right as I was almost done capturing this tile, a prowler has appeared. Now, a prowler can be taken down by just these 3 ships, so this should go really, really quick with the assistance of these 2 corvettes. But I'm not going to move, I'm just going to... Oh, never mind, this tile's already captured, so I can move. But I'm not going to, I'm just going to attack it while it's here. Don't know why it's pointing backwards. Oh, never mind. It's running away. I want to put the Constantine over here. Corona's class, might as well stay back because this ship isn't very useful in combat. I'm probably going to scrap it. And then the 2 unanimous class corvettes, I'm going to go back here. We have an advantage over the Prowler in volume by quite a lot, and our ships are made of metal, so this should realistically be quite an easy win. Hopefully. I think the Prowler just landed some hits with its missiles, but its first salvo of cram cannons fails to hit. So that's good, because now we have some good time to land some shots with our cannons. Hopefully without retaliation. So far, the Prowler doesn't seem to have done much damage, although these torpedoes might hit, but they didn't, luckily. Now, it's already taken some significant damage. There's lots of blocks flying off. But it does look like it's putting up a decent fight. Although it's not firing its second gun, so I don't know what happened with that. And yeah, none of its shots are actually doing damage, they just bounce off the hull. Which, I don't know, that does make this kind of easy. Although something did damage the front of this, but then again, there's not really much at the front that can be damaged, so it's kind of fine. And the main damage dealing point of these ships are these torpedoes and the missiles, with the cannon only doing like small amounts of damage every now and then. So it's good to see that these missiles are getting fired, although this just took damage. Let's see if these torpedoes do any damage to the underside of this ship. And yes, this thing, it looks like it's about to start sinking soon, because a lot of wood from the bottom is getting... well, it is getting shredded off like a paper shredder, so that's not good. I don't know why this ship is choosing to ram my opponent and taking some damage there from a very close-up shot from these cram cannons. But yeah, the Prowler didn't really stand a chance from the start of this. It is 5 against 1, so it was a bit of an unfair fight. But then again, it is the Deepwater Guard's fault for only sending a single Prowler, after I defeated about 10 of them last episode. Yep, that was the final nail in the coffin, as some of the internals just get blown up and it goes to low health. Well, that's another successful victory. which is great. And now we can continue our conquest of Nita. Now, another Atlas has just attacked us. I see the Deepwater Guard aren't very original today, just sending pretty much these two types of craft. Which, well, I guess it isn't ideal, but then again, the Atlases do not pose a threat. And after these, what are they called? Never mind. After costs of repairing these ships, there wasn't really much materials left, so I scrapped the Coronas. So now that gave me an extra 30,000 materials, I want to say, which now leaves me with enough materials, almost enough materials, to spawn in a better ship. And ideally I want to have about 150 before I try spawn in one of my cruisers. But then again, this fortress is going to get here and start gathering soon, and I can always withdraw materials from the starting fortress. When the fortress gets here, it should be carrying about 30,000 and it will gather some more, so I should have comfortably enough money to build a cruiser for next episode. Probably not this episode, because there's been a lot of battles already, and I'm thinking of just continuing to expand east. But right now the only goal is to take out this Atlas, which, as we have seen multiple times, is not a very strong craft. And yet again you have to question the Deepwater Guard's tactical decisions, as they keep sending Atlases at me and I keep taking them down, which isn't a very smart thing to do. Yeah, my two ships just collided, which also isn't a very smart thing to do. But it's fine, because the Atlas is about to get torpedoed, which you think would be kind of rare for an airship, but the Atlas does spend more time in the water than it does in the air, so it's hardly unrealistic. And just as these torpedoes are fired, it looks like the Atlas is about to come to an end, with lots of block confetti already coming off it. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. This craft going onto shallow water, almost beaching itself up here. Luckily it didn't, although I could have just moved it in the map after this fight. So does it really matter? And I'm kind of tempted to capture this Atlas, although I don't think I will. But if I did capture it, I could have built the cruiser right now. But I think with that shot it might be a bit too late. I think it might start self-destructing anytime now, because that was a devastating blow to, I assume, its ammo store, and another huge chunk has just been ripped off. And yep, here comes the low health, and that's another win for our fleet. And I'm anxious to see when our winning streak will finally come to an end and we lose a fight, although I don't know what type of enemy they have to send at us for that to happen. But probably just anything that has decent shields and flies quite fast. Well, at this point in the game, I am seriously starting to question what the AI is doing, as they have sent a single scrapper against me, which, I don't know, I think I might want to turn up the game difficulty to maximum Because I thought putting the growth quite high would be high enough, but I think I might just put it on max, because this is like the 4th battle in a row where they've just sent like either a single craft or just a couple tiny ones against me, and at this point it's not even, I don't know, it's not even fair anymore, because these 4 ships can like take out most things. So let me see, where'd you open? Options, campaign. Yeah, I was on enemy growth factor 175, so I'm just going to put that up to max. And I thought combat very challenging would be hard enough, so I guess I'll just put it onto supremely challenging. And that's the end of the episode. I'm going to end the episode here, and we'll see next time if the combat improves or if it's still utterly pathetic. So I'll see you guys then.